Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. You know what, guys? You're gonna have to save your questions. I'm doing another one of these bracket fill out things. I think I'm gonna turn this into a YouTube video because I'm also recording this, so it's gonna be a little awkward. I'm just gonna start it off, and I'm probably gonna upload this tomorrow. It's just a current prediction, current outlook on the tournament. I did one of these, maybe a few weeks ago, so just save your questions. I'll be answering all the questions. Give me about 15, 20 minutes. Let me do this and pound this out. I'm gonna have to do a YouTube intro here or something, right? No, it's all right. We'll just begin. This is me filling out the updated Joe Lunardi bracket, which recently came out, I believe, either yesterday or this morning. Maybe it was this morning. But that's what this is. It's just a PDF thing. So I'm just going to go through this. We're going to kind of get used to the bracket and see. And I actually think, unfortunately, you can't. Ideally, you'd be able to click one of these teams, but I think I'm going to be able to control and do this a lot faster and do it like this. So Purdue, Norfolk State, certainly you're going to have Purdue advancing there. Here's an 8v9 game. Well, I mean, I don't want to gloss over the fact here. Obviously, Purdue lost last year to a 1 seed. It's really Norfolk State or someone else, but I just put Norfolk State there. I don't really, care about the first four when it's 16 versus 16. Boise State, Florida Atlantic. Guys, Boise State this year, they're a bit of a fraud. You know what? I'll just frickin' type the thing then. I hate this keyboard. We're going to have Florida Atlantic moving on. That's a nice 8v9 game. I would stay away from Boise State. They do not play well against other good teams, but they did recently have a big win. Nevada Richmond, the first 5v12 game. Give me, believe it or not, Nevada to move on in that game. The next one, it is Auburn versus Charleston. I do like Auburn. So no upsets there. Auburn and Charleston move on. Washington State versus James Madison. So Washington State, very surprising this year. Nobody thought they'd be in the tournament. They're a 6 seed right now. James Madison, the weirdest season to where nobody really knows. They're 31-3 or something. They're very impressive. I think James Madison wins this game, and they're definitely going to be a trendy pick. James Madison moves on. Iowa State versus Oakland. I will go Iowa State. I will. I really don't like Iowa State, but I'm going to pick Iowa State in that matchup. This thing is very annoying. You see how there's two areas you can do this? It just makes it look weird. That's going to change the next round. But next you do have Florida versus Michigan State. Also, these things are so close together. Florida, Michigan State. Man, that's a brutal matchup. Michigan State is a very annoying team to predict. I really can't do it with Michigan State. I just can't. Everyone is against Michigan State, so they'll probably go on a deep run. But Florida has great potential. They've got great guard play. Marquette, Quinnipiac. There's going to be a 2 seed that loses. It's either going to be Marquette or Creighton, I'm telling you right now. But maybe there's not a 2 seed. We're going to go Marquette here. Let's not get overzealous on a 2 seed. Tennessee versus Stenson. And it would be Stenson or someone else. Make sure my fucking mic is on. We're going to have Tennessee advance there. Dayton versus TCU. I do like Dayton, even though Dayton's been playing really bad recently. I'm just not a fan of TCU. Somebody did tell me a stat about TCU. Apparently, they always, when they make the tournament, they win one game and then lose. I don't know. Next, it is BYU versus South Florida. South Florida is always kind of the upset team that everyone is picking. I'm going to go South Florida. Illinois McNeese, not a fun matchup. I would prefer a different, because I want McNeese to go far, but I also have Illinois, and I still do like Illinois. I'm going to have Illinois winning this game. St. Mary's versus Mississippi State. 6v11. I do like St. Mary's. I think St. Mary's goes on a decent run this year. This is actually not going to be Toledo. Didn't Toledo lose? We're going to exchange Toledo out for Ohio. I don't know if Ohio's still in the MAC tournament, but I think Toledo lost today. So it's actually Baylor versus Ohio, and I am going to have Baylor winning. Baylor is a high-ceiling, low-floor team. They're not going to go deep into the tournament, but they do have stability to where they're not going to be upset. Utah, see how close these things are? Utah State versus Seton Hall. I'll take Utah State. Although, listen, who knows? Who knows with these Mountain West teams? You got to be careful. I can't even see my keyboard. Because my mic. Arizona, Montana State. Give me Arizona. Come on. Moving on to the next region, if we can get there. The next region, UConn versus Longwood. Of course, it is going to be UConn moving on there. Nebraska versus Texas, fun matchup. I like the upsides. You know, some of these 8v9 games seem easy. I've had a really bad track record with 8v9 games, though. Not that it matters too much. But I think Texas just has more upside than Nebraska. Same thing with like Florida Atlantic in an 8v9 game. South Carolina Grand Canyon. I mean, dude, I'm really not a fan of South Carolina. Didn't I already pick a 12 over a 5? What's the other 12 over a 5? It's important to note, San Diego State, Princeton. One of these teams is going to get upset. I do not like San Diego. I'm going to pick South Carolina to move on, even though I don't love it. Kansas versus Sanford. Everyone is against Kansas. I saw someone saying they should drop to a 5 seed. Kansas has been dealing with injuries. It's hard to pick. It's hard to pick Kansas right now, but we'll see with their injuries. Sanford's a good team. You know, they're one of those 13 seeds that can score. Clemson versus St. John's or Indiana State. I do not like Clemson at all. These 6 seeds are terrible. The 4 line is deep. The 5 seeds are your typical, they're okay. The 6 seeds suck. That's what I'm thinking. I think all the 4 seeds are going to win. The 5 seeds, it's going to be 2 teams are going to win, 2 teams are going to lose. The 6 seeds, I think, are all going to lose. And I actually think Indiana State moves on, beats St. John's, and then beats Clemson. Kentucky versus Morehead State. I think Kentucky has too much offense. Gonzaga, Oklahoma. I'll take Gonzaga. I have not liked Oklahoma at all. Really, this started when Oklahoma was ranked 11th. They were like 11-1. I said they weren't that good. North Carolina, Colgate, North Carolina. I know I had North Carolina in a crazy upset loss the last time I did this. I'm not going to do that again. Houston, South Dakota State. I mean, Houston has been... we'll type out their name. Houston has been just crazy. A lot of people are going to pick Houston to win the national title, and I understand. It feels like this is turning into Houston's year, but I actually haven't looked at their score. I know they were up by like 20. Northwestern versus Colorado State. I do like Northwestern, believe it or not. And I do not trust Mountain West teams in the tournament at all. San Diego State, Princeton. This is where you got to go, Princeton. Not a fan of San Diego State this year. Bama versus UC Irvine. You're scared for Bama. The offense is going to pull it away for Bama. Colorado or Virginia against Wisconsin. I'll take Colorado actually in another situation. I'll take Colorado just like I took Indiana State. So I think Colorado is going to beat Virginia. Virginia doesn't have the offense. And then Colorado is going to beat Wisconsin. Wisconsin did just crush Maryland, and it was a spanking. So maybe I should actually rethink the Wisconsin, and maybe take Wisconsin. It doesn't matter, folks. It's not life or death here. Let me actually get this moving here. Duke versus Vermont. I still do like Duke. I know people are down on Duke. Give me Duke to move on. Drake versus Creighton. I think at some point Drake is going to have a nice tournament run. And then I am going to have to pick a 2 over a 15. I'm going to pick Sam Houston in an upset. Shocker over Creighton University. And Creighton is, admittedly a team that could get upset. Let's be honest, guys. They could get upset. They're the type of team that it could happen. Purdue, Florida Atlantic. It's not happening. It's not going to happen again. Purdue is moving on. Purdue makes a Sweet 16 appearance. Nevada versus Auburn. I like Auburn. Look at me going chalk. 1 versus 4. James Madison versus Iowa State. Give me James Madison, Cinderella. James Madison, welcome to the Sweet 16. Florida versus Marquette. I will take Florida and the guard play over Marquette. So it's a top chalk region. Bottom, we've got an 11 seed and we've got a 7 seed. Tennessee versus Dayton, Tennessee. I am concerned about Tennessee's lack of depth. South Florida versus Illinois. I will take Illinois. It is St. Mary's versus Baylor. I think I like St. Mary's this year. Guys, a lot of it's random. It feels like it's St. Mary's time to do something. Utah State, Arizona. I do like Arizona to have a bounce back. The story is going to be these teams bouncing back. And what just happened there? I don't know why it's... can we not do that, maybe? I'd like everything to be in the proper place. I guess it's not going to cooperate then. It doesn't want to cooperate. Let's move it over. You have UConn versus Texas. Let's not overthink this. Let's not do anything dumb. Texas has been just wobbly all season. See, the thing is, dude, I am tempted to pick Kansas to beat Samford. We have to see who's healthy. But if it doesn't happen, we're going to have South Carolina, even though I'm not a big fan of South Carolina, advancing. Indiana State versus Kentucky. Fun matchup. Really fun matchup. I like Kentucky's offense. Who is this? Oh, that's Gonzaga, not Arizona. Gonzaga versus North Carolina. I like North Carolina over Gonzaga. Gonzaga just has not had a great year. They're not their normal team. Houston versus Northwestern. It's got to be Houston. There's no way Houston doesn't make the Sweet 16 with this team they currently have. Princeton versus Bama. I'll take Bama. It is kind of chalky right now. I can't even fucking type with this keyboard. Colorado versus Duke. I'll go Colorado with a little Cinderella over Duke. Although I do... See, the thing is, I do like Duke in this region, in this lower quadrant. Drake, Sam Houston. Give me Drake. I don't think it's going to happen for Sam Houston. Not that far. I do... I think I'm going to change that to Duke, actually. I think Duke's going to perform better than people think. Moving on to the Sweet 16. Purdue versus Auburn. Purdue versus Auburn. I will have Purdue moving on. James Madison, Florida. I will have Florida moving on. Tennessee, Illinois. Illinois upsets Tennessee. I'm concerned about Tennessee and their lack of depth. St. Mary's, Arizona. I do like Arizona to win that game. Those are the Elite Eight teams. Oh, now it's going by really fast, of course. UConn versus South Carolina. That's a great draw for UConn. UConn advances. Kentucky versus... Wow, we got blue bloods here. Holy crap. Maybe Indiana State goes on a run. But we'll do it. We'll do Kentucky versus North Carolina. And I do think Kentucky, with the offensive firepower, the draft picks, I think they advance. Houston, Bama. Bama's defense is too bad. Houston advances. Duke versus Drake. I am going to have Drake go on a Cinderella in this bracket and advance to the Elite Eight. Moving on to the Elite Eight games, number 1 seed versus number 7 seed. Purdue versus Florida. I am having Florida and their high upside advance to the Final Four. Illinois versus Arizona. All right, I actually have to look and see how these seeds set up. I have to have Houston win. I'm sorry. I just can't pick against Houston right now. And then it's very hard to pick against UConn as well. So if we do go full chalk on this side, well, it's not full chalk, but 2 1 seeds make it. Yeah, I would have to have, well, I mean, that's a 2 seed and that's a 4 seed. Yeah, I like Illinois. I'll have Illinois going. I mean, I could certainly have Arizona going as well. So then it's Illinois versus Florida. I will take Illinois to go to the national title. And then it would be UConn versus Houston. I would have Houston going. And right now I would have Houston winning the national title. So that would basically be it right now. I actually have to make sure Houston won today. I think they did. They were up by like 20 points. That would be it. Is there not a zoom out on... Well, you can zoom it out like this. Yeah, that's about as good as... Oh, maybe... That's about as good as the zoom out's going to work. Doesn't even work well. But that's it. But you see how I stacked this bracket? You've got your lower... You're going to need 1 seeds in the Final Four. And I just can't see right now the way UConn is playing, the way Houston is playing, them not making it. Purdue is a team I think is going to go on a good run. But Purdue is limited in terms of ED being a big center. And we saw what happened last year. Guard play is going to take Purdue out. I know they have that Brandon Smith kid. Illinois, Arizona. That's a 2v4 matchup. I like that. And yeah, so that would be it, guys. That is my updated little bracket. I just filled it out randomly right now. All right, so I'm going to go to the games right now. There's actually games going on, like legit. Wow, Loyola Chicago State Bonaventure 58-58. Yeah, you guys you can ask me questions now. How do you think Baylor will do against Cincinnati? I think Cincinnati will probably win. They've got a lot of momentum right now. San Diego State, UNLV going for a tournament run. Can they make the tournament? Ohio State, Iowa, higher scoring affair. Loser is out. Ohio State is up right now by 5 points. That's a nice game right there. That'll be big if Ohio State wins that. Yeah, here's Ohio. I think Ohio's probably going to win. They're probably going to win the MAC. Iowa State, Kansas State early. Creighton, Providence early. NC State beating Duke, trying to make the tournament. And then you have Texas A&M up on Ole Miss. Texas A&M on the bubble right now. The games that are over. Wait, what is Florida? 8.5 point. Wow, that surprises me. I thought they would be more favorites. Did I move yet? No, I haven't moved yet, man. What do you mean I fell asleep? I'm not. I might be lacking energy. I did fall asleep earlier today, yes, but not right now. If New Mexico loses to Boise, does that affect the bubble teams? There is just so much shifting. Yeah, I think New Mexico is out if they lose. At least that's what I read. I mean, this defense by Houston is suffocating. It is a little concerning, only the 60 points, but that's the way they play. UConn is just throttling people right now. It's just so hard to pick against Houston and UConn. That's really why I did that bracket that way. North Carolina throttled FSU. I wouldn't read a ton into that. Zona destroyed USC. Holy crap. South Carolina easily beat Arkansas. Utah State in overtime against Fresno State. That is not good. Fresno State is 12-21. Texas Tech beats BYU. Wait, did I not have Texas Tech in the bracket, or did I have them losing? I might have messed that up. I don't even remember Texas Tech being in here. I might have copied something wrong. Yeah, I don't know where Texas Tech was. Oh, there they are. They're a 7 seed. I had Drake beating them. Okay. I guess that could happen. Why are you hating on Utah State? It's more so the Mountain West in general not performing well in the tournament. Why don't you like Iowa State this year? I mean, I can show you their analytics. It's very simple. When you look at teams like this, take a look at Iowa State, for example. They have two things. They have compared to all the other elite teams, a very bad offense, 62nd in terms of efficiency, and they're running up massive efficiency numbers against horrible opponents. Look at all their game scores. This is a team that's very fraudulent. Look at their top players. This is a fraudulent team, and they just lost to Kansas State. We'll see if they win this game, but they're a typical team that barely ever, is a 2 or a 3 seed. They get in it once and they lose. Remember what happened to Missouri in 2012 against, who was it? It wasn't Lehigh. Lehigh was the Duke upset. Hey, hope you're having a great... Nate, I appreciate that, man. That's great. How far do you got Florida in the SEC tournament? Maybe one win, and then they're going to beat Georgia, you would hope. They're a weird team, man. Good luck on your future videos. Thank you, Warhawk. Thank you. Who would you rather? Michelle Obama. Well, Michelle Obama, maybe in 2028 she might do it. How old are you? I'm 24. My entire mom's side of my family is from Florida and are all Gator fans, so that's why. Oh, yeah, that makes sense, man. I mean, Florida is... They're a hit or miss team. I mean, I don't know if you can really bank on them making a Final Four run, though, man. Like, there's no way, really, realistically, maybe for the for the entertainment value, when I fill out my bracket, I'm gonna have to have someone go to the Final Four, because it's not that big of a deal. Nobody really cares if you get your bracket wrong. But if you're actually trying to win a bracket thing, like if you have money on it, you're just mainly going to want to pick the higher seeds. It's just process of elimination. You're just trying to get the most Final Four teams because of the multiplier. Having an upset is pretty inconsequential unless that team goes on a crazy run. Like, unless you somehow had Florida Atlantic last year. Yeah, I did take Drake over them. I forgot about that. I don't know what happened. Did you hear about Greg Sankey wanting to take away the auto bids for the non-power conferences for March Madness? Wow, Greg Sankey now talking about college basketball, because he's only been known for college football, so yeah, I don't think he has much staying power. He's the SEC commissioner. What is, for college basketball, that's not going to fly. We need to have all the teams in the college basketball tournament. And the bubble this year is exactly where we should want it to be. It's decently strong. The past few years, it's actually been very weak to where you get teams that are 4 games above 500 possibly in the tournament. That's not what you want. You want the balance to be your Ohio States, your Iowas, teams that are a good 7 or 8 games above 500, maybe with a chance to get in. The bubble is in an amazing spot right now. And Ohio State leads by 5 over Iowa. And they're going to have to beat Illinois somehow if they win that game. UNLV looking to make a run. If UNLV, listen, I don't like San Diego State. I guess San Diego State's winning this game, but I do like Loyola Chicago. 15-3 in the A10. St. Bonaventure was 9-9, 63-62. Oregon looking to move to 21-11. I mean, that's a good record, but it's a bad conference. Thoughts on Drake? I like Drake. I like Drake and St. Mary's. I think one of Drake or St. Mary's, because listen, these teams always make the tournament, and at some point they're going to have to go on a run. Maybe it's just the Sweet 16, but at some point they're going to have to go on a run. Where do you think Ohio State would stand if they beat Illinois? I said Illinois. Ohio State would be first. They would be involved in a first 4 game in Dayton. Holtman at DePaul. Did Chris Holtman go to DePaul? What a train wreck that is, man. If Chris Holtman actually went to DePaul, man, I heard there was a rumor about it. When do you think Michigan is going to fire their head coach in basketball, or have they done it yet? Yeah, what a weird situation that is. You would think it'd be very obvious to fire Howard. Apparently, they're giving him 1 more year. At least that's the rumor. I don't know if they confirmed it. They're going to have to come out and confirm something, because you can't have that bad of a record and expect, 8-24, and there's constant issues with Howard too. He's punching coaches. There was something earlier this year with anger management. I don't know. Can you do a video about the 9/11 hijackers? Yeah, that's a problem with when it's going to get demonetized. That's the issue. Who do I have in the Utah-Colorado game? Utah-Colorado. That's a good matchup. I think Colorado wins. Yeah, Oklahoma's going to make it. And I agree. I think Oklahoma they should be out. Come on. They're just not that good. If they didn't have those early season non-conference wins, they'd be out. What's the committee bias? Do they like mid-majors or Power 5s? Mainly Power 5 because of schedule. But I still think Indiana State should make it, Yeah, Notre Dame. Notre Dame is terrible at basketball, but there was a time when they weren't. They almost beat Kentucky in like 2015, I want to say, when Kentucky had that God team in the Sweet 16. Do I think net is overrated? I don't use net personally. I don't really, one analytical thing is not going to sway me one way or another. Who do you think Louisville will hire now? Probably Dusty May. Because it seems like Ohio State is going to be keeping Diebler. Yeah, I know Ohio State leads. Thoughts on Don Lemon and Elon Musk? Dude, that stuff is just so... who really cares, honestly? What, did Don Lemon want to get money and then Elon Musk said no? I just don't care. Why do we invest our time into this stuff? It's nonsense. How do you determine on how someone... Well, normally I just try and scale the bracket how it normally goes. 2 1 seeds in the Final Four, a 2 or a 3 seed, and then a lower seed. The entertainment value you have to throw in there sometimes. Seton Hall's loss today... Is Seton Hall's loss today going to keep them out? Well, it might. We're going to have to look at the analytics when they update on Seton Hall. Seton Hall was right on the bubble. They're probably out, man. I think with Seton Hall, it's like you got to trim the fat off of the tournament. Why do you think Indiana State should make it? They lost their 3 out-of-conference quad 1 games. Honestly, it's just entertainment value. I mean, who do you want in, Indiana State or Mississippi State? Mississippi State is some run-of-the-mill SEC team who has 14 losses. They're going to lose in the first round. I mean, I could understand what you're saying. Indiana State has not had a good schedule, so it enables them to get a good record. I like, kind of the mid-major hybrids, personally. What hair color? I would... It's red. Diebler will have 5 national titles. A rising star. A rising star. Yeah, Oklahoma should be in the NIT, but they're going to make it. I mean, they're going to make the tournament. They might move down to a 10 seed now, but they're going to make it. Why do you think Baylor doesn't have a high ceiling? Well, draft picks really aren't... And even top 15 picks, that doesn't really... even when it comes to draft picks, you got to have, to have real impact, they got to be top 5 picks. A player getting drafted 14th overall... In the NBA, he might only turn into a role player. It's not like it's crazy. It's not like he's going to be a star. If you have the 15th overall pick in the draft, you're not looking for a star. Do you think North Carolina making a Final Four run is plausible? Yes, I do. I think North Carolina is showing some big upside right now, and I have to reevaluate that team. I think this next election will be horrible for our country. I mean, they're always horrible. Ever since the introduction where we've gone completely with social media since 2016, they're always bad. But I mean, it's looking likely that Trump will win. Who really knows, though? It's a while away. What do you think it will take for Gonzaga? No, Gonzaga's not going to be in the first 4. Gonzaga helped themselves too much later in the season. They're not going to be in the first 4. No way. They're going to be like a 7. Wait, they're a 7 or a 10. I think a 10 seed. Probably a 10 seed. Even if they're an 11 seed, I don't see them being in the first 4. Because remember, there's 2 11 seeds that aren't involved in first 4 games, I think. Do you think you'll do any videos on AAA or AA or AAA stadiums? Dude, you know what the stadium thing, the video that I've been putting off is ranking all MLB stadiums. It's such a behemoth of a video. I really got to do it in 2 parts. One day record half and then the next day record the other half. But that video is I needed to do that today. I didn't do it because it's a behemoth. I mean, I have the stadium rankings done, my MLB stadium rankings for 2024. I just have to film it. Who do you think the best dark horse is this year? Well, it depends what you would consider a dark horse. Like a team like Florida, could be a team like Florida could be interesting. Kentucky with the offense could be interesting. Honestly, I just picked Drake just for the heck of it, honestly, in this bracket. But Illinois, I don't know if you would consider them a dark horse, though, because considering they are a 4 seed. Like, this thing that auto plays is just so annoying. You think Purdue is a second-round exit? I mean, it's possible. Purdue flops a lot in tournaments. First 1 seed to lose. Dude, this thing just won't stop auto playing. First 1 seed to lose. I mean, I think all 1 seeds are going to do well this year. But, I mean, you know, that's kind of the point of a 1 seed. They're very good teams. But I think probably Purdue. What would happen to Ohio State if they win and play Illinois close? They're out, man. They're very likely out unless something crazy happens. Ohio State, they had too many bad losses under Holtman. That's the problem. How much of a chance does Houston have to be a 1 seed? 100%. How do you feel about North Carolina, Iowa State, Texas? What matchups? I like North Carolina. I don't like Iowa State. And I think Texas is what they are. They'll probably win against an 8 seed and then lose immediately to a 1 seed. That would be my opinion on them. Loyola wins the A-10. Yeah, Loyola, they're they made the Final Four that 1 year. Probably the most random thing ever. Even way more random than FAU. You think Arizona could make it to the Final Four? Yes, I do think Arizona could make it to the Final Four. Marcus Stroman declines opening day start for Yankees. Yeah, dude, the Marcus Stroman signing. Let me give you a prediction on what's going to happen with Marcus Stroman. In 3 months, he's going to have a 4.60 ERA. Yankees fans are going to boo him. He's going to call them all racist, and then he'll probably get traded. Dude, Brian Cashman is so hard. Why would you sign that guy? You've got an emotional. The dude's got the emotions of a woman, and you're going to sign him with that fan base, and that's going to work out? Really? Is that a smart thing to do? What do you think about the Kirk Cousins signing? Yeah, I just think the Falcons are desperate. The Falcons are really delaying. I don't know, man. I mean, they have talent on that team, I guess, but Kirk Cousins is not. You're basically sacrificing however long, like 3 or 4 years, for maybe one maybe lucky run at a conference championship. I mean, Kirk Cousins is a decent quarterback, but if I was a Falcons fan, I would be pissed off. I mean, I just want my own quarterback. The he's been in the NFL for 13 years or whatever. Maybe not that long. If the Mountain West goes winless, I'm going to laugh. Well, think about it. They could easily go winless. They're going to be involved in 5v12 games, 7v10 games, 6v11 games. Those are all miserable matchups, but someone will win from the Mountain West. Remember, the Mountain West and the Big Ten suck in the tournament. UConn underrated. Well, I mean, it's hard to be underrated. I mean, this game's going to double overtime. Wow. Making the CBI is honestly just embarrassing for teams. Yeah, but I don't think any Power 5 teams or Power 6 teams can make it. Arizona is too inconsistent. Well, I mean, a lot of teams are inconsistent. It's about putting together a run. If you've got the talent, you could potentially do it. Love the videos. What are the thoughts on Stenson on making a deep run? Looking very likely. Very likely. Yeah, what a weird trade that was, Jerry Jeudy. Unfortunately, Jerry Jeudy's been a bust. The Browns seem to do this every year where they bring in they always have someone like Donovan Peoples-Jones, Jerry Jeudy, Elijah Moore. I mean, Jerry Jeudy is he's like a Donovan Peoples-Jones clone, honestly. He's like a number 3 receiver who will probably have like 400 yards next year and like 3 touchdowns or something. But he kind of has talent, but I don't know, man. It's hard to say he's going to hard to say he's going to... Yeah, I agree with that comment. I don't know where it is. Florida gives me Elite Eight vibes. Never been too high on Purdue. It's hard to be high on them based on their recent performances in the tournament. I like Kansas State. Kansas State, are they playing well right now? We'll see. They're struggling a little bit against Iowa State, but it's early. I think Ohio is going to win. They're going to win the MAC. Voltage, I appreciate it, man. Max Abe, yeah. I don't know how he's still. He's on his 7th year. That was the kid from Oral Roberts, Asmus. Yeah, Pitt is on a. They're probably going to make the tournament now. Who is your favorite for the championship right now? I mean, this is what I filled out. I think UConn. It's hard to pick against UConn going deep. It's hard to pick against Houston going deep. Although you can see Houston possibly losing in the Elite Eight because of their kind of offensive issue. Well, not issues, but they're a slow-moving team. If a team starts hitting shots against them, it's going to be a problem. I think UConn is just so complete. Illinois is another interesting team. Not great on defense, though. I could see Arizona beating Illinois. I mean, that's like an overtime type game to me. What 7-10 seeds have the best chance of beating 1-2 seeds? 7 to 10 seeds. I think Florida would be an option. Michigan State would also be an option, but if they face each other, obviously not. 7-10 seeds. Utah State, Seton Hall. I would say neither of those teams. Neither of those two teams. I like both Texas Tech and Drake. I think Texas Tech or Drake could beat a 2 seed. Gonzaga, Oklahoma. I don't think so. I don't think so this year with Gonzaga, man. I'm not high on Gonzaga this year. Duke is down by 2. Yeah, they kind of came back. I think they were losing by more when I looked. Villanova, are they going? I don't think so. Not after beating DePaul by 1 point. Technically they're still in the tournament. They're still in the tournament technically. Is Russell Wilson going to make Pittsburgh any better next year? Not. I think it's a very mediocre signing. They'll be 7-10. They'll be 7-10 next year, and who knows what listen, maybe Russell Wilson will have his a career rebirth. Do you want a March Madness expansion? I don't think it would work well, no. I would actually like if they eliminated the first 4. I'm not a fan of the first 4. I just want a clean tournament personally. But I'm not like a crazy outraged person if they expand it. I mean, it's just, but the thing is, it just gets oversaturated. I think it would be bad if they expanded it. I mean, I'm all for the college football doing the expansion, but not so much college basketball. What do you think about Boston College defeating Virginia? Did that game happen today or yesterday? Wait, when did that game? Oh, I thought there was a game that started at like 9:38. I don't know why I found that interesting, but look at Toledo losing. Rest in peace to them. Oh, rest in peace to Richmond. Michigan State. Yep. Michigan State gets it done against Minnesota. They're in the tournament. Mississippi State, of course. Bowling Green. They're a decent basketball school. Wichita State over Memphis out of nowhere. Wow. Yeah, Wake Forest is done. That's a good win for Pittsburgh. So that game must have happened yesterday then. It's crazy that UConn is goated in basketball, not football. Well, I mean, look at Duke. Look at North Carolina. They're the same thing. Which movie is the best? Rocky, My Cousin Vinny, The Big Lebowski, Terminator. I guess I'd say Rocky. Thoughts on Desmond Ridder trade? I didn't even hear about that. But, I mean, he'll be a backup. Desmond Ritter on Arizona. Yeah, he'll be a backup then. St. John's looking good. Yeah, St. John's, maybe they can move out from being first four in. Loyola is in the A10. Loyola Chicago or Loyola of what is it? Loyola of Maryland. There's two different Loyolas, technically. Indiana State versus Houston. Well, I mean, that would be... What would that be, like a Sweet 16 matchup? Duke, iffy. Yeah. I can understand people not liking Duke. Providence is winning. Providence is... yeah, I'm not a fan of Creighton. Creighton's about to drop down to a 3 seed if they lose this game. Yeah, Loyola Chicago is in the A10. How do I feel about UMass Lowell? Are they? Oh, they might. That might be one of those games that still has yet to play. Are they in their conference tournament? Maybe. See, the problem is some of these teams. Oh, there's Quinnipiac. Yeah, some of these teams. Maybe they're probably in their conference championship. Then I'm guessing if you're talking. Yeah, they're gonna lose to Vermont. You know they're gonna lose, dude. The game's in frickin' Burlington. Yeah, Wake Forest is done, Seth. Wake Forest is done. Dayton is going to be delayed because of the St. Yeah, they do. That does happen because they're playing on the exact same court. I mean, it's in double overtime. It's going to be in triple overtime pretty soon. Who do I think is the most annoying fan base? I don't know, man. That's impossible to answer. Did you ever play basketball as a kid? I did. Yeah, I've got a pretty decent jumper. I mean, I'm not crazy good, but I don't know, man. If you can't shoot, like, it is just weird. You got to be able to shoot if you're a dude. Memphis just missed the tournament. Memphis has been out of the tournament for a while. You see how my screen glitches, dude? I need to get a brand new, just a brand new PC. This is only $1,000 PC. Which is really low end, unfortunately. That's how much PCs cost, can you believe? Well, I mean, I guess pretty much every computer costs over $1,000. You like UMass Lowell beating Vermont? I highly doubt that. I mean, I guess it's possible. But I mean, that's like saying you think, like these teams that are heavy favorites. Vermont is a heavy favorite. McNeese was a heavy favorite. Colgate was a heavy favorite. Normally these teams win. Yeah, Ohio State, we'll see if they end up winning. That's a very important game for both of those teams. I mean, they're scoring a lot of points in this game. That game's on BTN. There's a tornado in Texas. Yeah, dude, it's getting to that time of year. It's getting to some weird weather. Yeah, I got good lights. Good lights in the background. Vermont is winning. You're trolling now. Yeah, it is a very high scoring game. It's good to see out of the Big Ten. Well, Colgate played well, played a 6 seed. Well, I mean, no matter who they face, it's, we all knew Colgate was winning. Yeah, it is a good comparison. Colgate is way better than every team in that conference, and they're just going to blow teams out. It's the exact same thing. It's not like UMass Lowell is this powerhouse. Let's be honest. Guys, Vermont is not going to lose. They're a good team. Is Dayton in no matter what? Yeah, I think Dayton's in no matter what. Something crazy would have to happen. Like Ohio State would have to go on a crazy run and get way catapulted above them. Cincinnati would have to go on a crazy run. If that stuff started to happen, there could be an issue. Do you think that BC will beat Virginia? I thought somebody just said they already beat them in baseball. Oh, dude, I don't know about I don't know about college baseball at all. Filled out a Lenardi bracket. You had Florida. Dude, I just filled out a bracket and had Florida going to the Final Four as well. Pick one sport you would never bet on. It would be like, I mean, I'm not a big bettor personally. I'd probably say, I guess, soccer. Soccer, maybe college baseball. Ohio State, goated. I mean, it's a close game. Yeah, it looks like Oregon's gonna lose, dude. If you're in the middle of a tornado, I don't, you're giving me updates on it. You maybe you should go into a basement. I don't know if Cincinnati is in, man. I will say their analytics jumped way up to the point, but like it's hard because Kansas was injured. How do you factor that in? But apparently Cincinnati has at least a 50% chance to be in. I don't know. Thoughts on Michigan State's win? Yeah, Michigan State is in, clearly. The only question with Michigan State is, are they possibly going to face a 1 seed in the second round? Meaning, are they going to be an 8 or a 9 seed or a 7 or a 10 seed? Thoughts on Montana State possibly being a dark horse? Yeah, it's tough. I mean, Montana State was in the tournament a few years ago and got destroyed. They got decimated. They were a 14 seed. So I think a lot of people kind of have a bad taste in their mouth about Montana State. And nobody really... Montana State does not have a good record. It's not like they're like 23-11 or whatever like Montana was. So I don't think Montana State's going to do anything. They're really not that good. Michigan State, well, I mean, I would agree their second half of the year has not been good. Loyola Chicago, we'll see if they can pull this out. Oregon, yeah, looks like Oregon won. Looks like Oregon won. Ohio State up by 6. Ohio State holding on to a lead against Iowa into the second half. Would be very good for Boston College if NC State defeats Duke. Well, it would be very good for NC. I think NC State. What is NC State's record? 19-14. Yeah, they're not getting in. There's no way 9-11 in the ACC. How do I join your bracket? It's not, you can't access anything like that until ESPN puts it out. Do you like upsets or buzzer beaters? Probably upsets. Can you drop the link to fill out the bracket you filled out? There's no link to it. I personally had to actually input all of those teams. I mean, you would think with all these websites they'd be able to make something to where you can do it. But you have to literally, type. Basically, what you have to do if you want to do one of these things, you have to type out all these teams here. There's no they don't just give you them. You have to type them all out. I had to do it before that I went live. Oh, we're going to another overtime. Oh no, they made their free throws. We're going to a third overtime. Iowa State update. I think they're losing, dude. Iowa State, man. What is... Wait, Loyola Chicago or Loyola Maryland? Which one are you guys talking about? Thoughts on New Jersey IT Technical College? Aren't they like 3-30? Could someone tell me what happened to Miami Canes? Miami was never a good basketball program. They barely got into the tournament 2 years and got lucky and made deep runs. I'm hiding in the shower. Well, then how, dude? It's strange. It's strange to give me these updates. It really is. I feel like you're gonna be like, Iowa State update. They lost again. Tulane got the best logo. I don't know about that, man. You have a soft spot for Loyola Chicago. No, that would be Loyola of Maryland. Will Virginia Commonwealth make the tournament for some reason? I don't think so, man. Wait, is Virginia Commonwealth still in their conference tournament? It's just a random thing to ask. I mean, people are really asking random questions now. I mean, you know what? They beat UMass. They are 21-12. Will Wichita State make it? Very possible. Imagine Wichita State comes in out of nowhere and makes it. Thoughts on Penn State versus Indiana game? Yeah, I like Penn State. Although Indiana's they've had a rebirthing. Dude, like, why do these Big Ten teams... Oh, yeah, this game is delayed. It's been delayed. It looks like there might be a leak on the court. There's a flood. They got to delay it. Why do these teams play so late? It's a 9 o'clock game. In the Big Ten? That's a late game. I would not be happy about that. Look at this. I think Indiana's going to win. They're 1.5 point favorites. They're playing well. Penn State, they beat Michigan. Who really cares, though? Wow, Ohio State. I think Ohio State might be in the tournament with a win right now. Yeah, Ohio is looking good right now. Iowa State isn't good. Yeah, I agree. UMass Amherst or UMass Lowell. Well, UMass Amherst is they're not even in Division 1. What is the meaning of life? You're going to have to maybe Google it. Maybe ask Jordan Peterson. Thoughts on BC beating Clemson? In baseball? Oh, in basketball. Yeah, Clemson is a paper tiger. Come on. Would I ever make a jersey bracket, like a bracket grading their jerseys? I don't think so. Worst, tornado or hurricane? A hurricane. Auburn. I think Auburn is a good team. We'll see who they get matched up with. Yeah, my freaking screen is a mess. I have like 70 tabs open on another, like, behind this. That's why. Loyola is out. Oh man. Loyola of Chicago or Loyola Maryland. Thoughts on Purdue and Michigan State tomorrow? Oh, man. I think Purdue wins. Am I aware I will be in Tornado Alley? No, I won't. Tornado Alley is Oklahoma, man. Tornado Alley is Oklahoma and Kansas. It's actually south. It's south. Rest Sister Jean. They're done. Howard University. Oh, is Howard getting the auto bid from that league? Yes, I do think Ohio will win the MAC. I do think Ohio is going to win the MAC for sure. It's looking that way. After Toledo lost, it's looking that way. Like 42. Dude, have you guys seen these live streams where creators get angry at their fans when they're like, there's only 300 likes. I'm appalled. I just find it so cringy. I don't know. They're like, that is disgusting. There's 500 people watching and there's only 300 likes. Likes really don't. I mean, I guess likes help the algorithm barely. I don't even think they really matter, honestly. You're pretty scared with the tornado. You're more scared than you were during Hurricane Harvey. Well, listen, maybe, I don't know, you seem to be live tweeting, you're live chatting it. From Texas to South Dakota and Iowa. Yeah, but I feel like it's mainly in, like, if you're going to actually get hit with one, it's condensed. But yeah, that's something to take into account. Who do you think will win the SEC tournaments? I would say Kentucky. I think Kentucky is on a hot streak right now. Am I going to do the troll bracket? I might have to pull out the troll bracket. I just might. We'll have to see. Maybe the coin flip bracket, the troll bracket, Iowa football, they might have a better offense next year. We'll see. Thoughts on Wagner beating Merrimack? Yeah, great win. Great for college basketball. The Wagner Seahawks, the Wagner group, rises from the dead to get the win. Jackie boy, I am your biggest fan. That's an amazing development. Thank you. You and your family were in Hurricane Katrina. That was a real bad one. That was a Cat 5. Let's see what we got updates here. Oh, Liberty. Maybe Liberty can do something in Conference USA. I doubt it. Ohio State imposing over Iowa University. Ohio State needs to try and stretch this lead. It'll help their analytics. Yeah, that's a good win for San Diego State. UNLV is a typical NIT team. NIT bracketology. Who will win the Big 12? Ooh, it's hard to pick against Houston. It really is. It actually might be better for Houston to lose in like the semifinal, because it seems like teams that go on really hot streaks into March Madness tend to struggle. It might be better if Houston loses, but I think Houston will probably win it. Legends Tower secured its funding. Yeah, maybe I'll have to do a video on that. That's another one. Maybe tomorrow. I know the big Kansas City Chiefs news. It's really not big news, but I can turn it into a video. They're threatening to leave. No, I'm his biggest fan. Oh, we got a cat fight. Bro, if you get sucked into a tornado, you may end up... Yeah, dude's live... He's live chatting a tornado. You have upped your lighting game. You no longer look like you're in a dark prison cell. Yeah, I got this light off of Amazon. It's a nebula light. It's weird though, because it's really supposed to be higher up, but there's no way. How am I supposed to put it higher? It's gonna block my view, and I'm gonna block it with my shadow. So I have to put it on the ground, and it reflects up. Congratulations are in order to Loyola of Maryland University. Is St. John's and Patino getting in? Yeah, they'll be in as a first 4 team probably. Unless they win their conference tournament, then they'll probably be a 9 or a 10 seed. But yeah, Black Mirror is a real interesting show. You're taking Houston to win? Yeah, it seems like Houston's going to be a pick for a lot of people. I think a Final Four pick is good for Houston. If Iowa State had their old spinning cyclone logo, would they have made the S tier in your logo tier? Let me actually take a look at what that would entail. Dude, I cannot freaking type with this. Oh, this thing? No, you know what this looks like? It looks like Illinois State. No, I think their logo is better. Yeah, I think their new logo is better. Although their new logo is kind of I don't know. I think it could use an upgrade. But to me, this looks like Illinois State. Am I going to a Trump rally? No, I never go to any rallies or anything like that. In Dayton, Ohio. Trump is already doing he's already campaigning for the general, it looks like, if he's doing a rally there. Did you catch my Maryland Terrapin? Yeah, Maryland got destroyed. I saw that. What is the craziest March Madness upset? It's probably UNBC, honestly, just because it was such an annihilation. Think James Madison or one of the smaller schools have been done. Yeah, I think James Madison has a chance. I think James Madison, South Florida are two teams that you could see making a deeper run. Maybe Indiana State. Well, the lighting, my freaking screen just turned off. Damn you. Iowa State is ahead. They had a comeback. Ohio State's looking good. Yeah, I think Ohio State might be in the tournament if they win this game. They have to pull away though. Yeah, they're pulling away a bit. They're up by 10. It looks like Iowa. Congratulations are in order to Iowa University. Welcome to the NIT. Iowa. But look at this thing. I mean, how do you expect me to see this? I don't understand. Wake Forest against yeah, you got to feel bad for Appalachian State. How is Appalachian State an 8 seed though? They should be at least a 3 seed. Appalachian State is a good team that really should be in the tournament, but they did lose. They have Ohio State as a 3 seed. Villanova. New Mexico is a 1 seed in the NIT. Oregon makes it barely. Faces San Francisco in a West Coast battle. Utah. Cincinnati makes it. Iowa makes it. Everyone north of Sina, what the, is dead? They need the bird back for sure. More personality. Iowa State does. Yeah, their new logo looks just lopsided weirdly. Yeah, the polls are really out of control right now. You've been looking at the polls. Yeah, they're really bad for Biden. Biden somehow made it worse after that State of the Union. I didn't think it could get worse, but somehow it got worse. Maryland got destroyed by a Wisconsin team who was falling off. Yeah, Maryland is just terrible. You don't want to be that guy, but it sounds like there are a lot of Iowa and Iowa State. I mean, I don't really see any Iowa fans in the chat, honestly. Maybe some Iowa State fans. Thoughts on Kansas getting crushed? They're injured. But yeah, I mean, it's hard. Kansas, it's going to be hard to pick to go far, for sure. Common Cincinnati W. I think Cincinnati's they have a chance to make the tournament. Ohio up by a lot. Yeah, Iowa State up by 7. Creighton is a fraud. They're a fraudulent team. I'm sorry. Come on. Dude, that was probably the most nerdy video. Even when I was doing that video, I was like, should I really be doing this video? You know, that it just gets to a point where it's like, I should dye my hair to fire engine. I'm not gonna dye my hair, man. Why would I dye my hair? It's like, that would be very strange. What person with red hair dyes their hair? Don't people dye their hair to get red hair? Or I guess girls dye it to like brunette maybe. Texas Tech beating BYU. Yeah, I like the way Texas Tech is playing. I think the MAC should be a 4-bid league. Maybe in the CBI. Maybe you have a point if it's the CBI. Can Purdue pull the Virginia? I don't think so. I think Purdue will probably make the Elite Eight. I don't think they're going to win it all. Yeah, Arizona final. People are just spamming things. Guys, this is absolutely atrocious. How do we only have 42 likes? This is disgusting. Oh, man. You hope Duke loses. Well, Duke is they lost to North Carolina at the end of the season. They're losing right now, but I still think Duke can do something in the tournament. I have a feeling on Duke. Iowa with a free throw to bring it back. Do a video about Oregon football? I mean, for what purpose? Normally, like, if I'm doing a video specifically about a team, there has to be some type of fall off or something, you know? I mean, I guess they've had a rise, but their rise has been mainly... Their rise has been mainly based off of money, let's be honest, with Duke. If they didn't have the Nike money... Dude, people used to think my hair was orange colored. I guess when people were younger, we just didn't know. BC made the NIT? Dude, I don't know. No, that was just a bracketology for the NIT. You actually have 50 likes? Yeah, I'm just trolling, man. Do you still hate Starbucks? No, I mean, dude, you got to put a bunch of shit in Starbucks to make that stuff taste good. It tastes burnt. That's what I'll say about Starbucks. You know what? In the morning, dude, you know what I've been doing? We've been having amazing mornings. And you know, it's really sad what's happening. I would show my weather, but I don't want to dox myself. But basically, it's been so nice in the morning. Whenever it's 50 degrees in the morning and you put on like a sweatshirt or something, it's so nice. And it's been 50 degrees. I've been going out and getting coffee in the morning to try and wake myself up. It's nice, but I just go to Dunkin' Donuts through the drive-thru. Dunkin' Donuts is a shithole. Like, you can't really go in that place. They don't keep it clean. How do you feel about South Carolina? I'm not very high on South Carolina personally, but I did have them making the Sweet 16 in the bracket I just filled out. Can you imagine being a 1 seed and losing twice to a 16? That would not be good. It would be amazing though. It would be amazing for college basketball. What do you think? It would honestly almost be like, I mean, obviously it'd be very bad, but at least Purdue they'd certainly get recognition. You need to make a Logan Paul type apology. Yeah, dude, you know what? I think I'm gonna go to prison, man. I'm done. I'm gonna face 30 years. That's terrible, dude. I saw Joe Rogan during one of his podcasts read off of it. Dude, Joe Rogan's got to be facing like 50 years in jail for that. My vote for Cinderella is McNeese State. Yeah, I could see McNeese doing something. The problem with McNeese is if they're matched up with Illinois, I don't like it. If McNeese is matched up with Illinois, I predicted Purdue losing to Fairleigh Dickinson last year. And you didn't predict that. There's no way. What city do you live in? I'm not saying that. Thoughts on Florida making a run? I mean, Florida can certainly make a run. Florida is the type of team that could go to the Final Four or lose in the first round. They're very bipolar. They're going to be involved in a 7v10 matchup. They'll be like 5-point favorites. It depends who McNeese faces. Does the carpet... Yeah, I had to put drapes. I had to put something up there just because if I'm doing streams during the day, the glare of it is bad. Did you see the Starship launch today? Yeah, I saw there was something with that where they were saying... The media was saying it was a failure, but it was a success, apparently. I saw a little snippet of it, yeah. That looks like Austin Eckler. Oh, that's A.J. Dillon. Oh, there it is. Chris Holtmann has been... Yeah, so Chris Holtmann wanted a better job. Chris Holtmann wanted a better job than DePaul, but apparently he's settling for DePaul. Ohio State... Oh, if Ohio State's making a bunch of threes, that might be a little... That might be a little fluke lucky based. They're both 29 cal. Yeah, what, dude? I don't know what the Titans are doing signing Calvin Ridley. Dude, hey, Brett, buddy, enjoy, brother. I hate to tell you, man. It's hard to hear this. Your opinion is meaningless. Nobody cares. I predicted Southern Miss to win the Sun Belt, and they went 2-10. In football, who takes the Louisville job? Dusty May, probably. Could Caitlin Clark compete in the NBA? Come on, we're not gonna do that. I mean, she certainly is on par with their popularity, but no. I just don't know what the Titans are doing. What happened to Missouri? Missouri basketball? Ugh. Yeah, dude, brother, it's a sad life. It really is. It really is. You've got to feel bad. How do you feel about the Falcons signing Kirk Cousins? I did talk about this earlier. I just don't see I don't see the point of it. The Falcons are just delaying the inevitable where in 3 or 4 years they're going to need a new quarterback. And they might have one sliver chance at like a conference championship run. I don't even think they're going to have a chance at a conference championship run. The only reason why, that's what they were. That's the tweet that I saw from Musk. It was a retweet of something saying that. But it's crazy. How does the media spin that? That's ridiculous. It's a fucking rocket. They can't accurately report on that. His entire personality is political. Well, it's not correct. I mean, even if Biden was so you're gonna choose one poll where Biden is up by 1. The cope is just terrible. That would be positive for Trump. Even if Biden were winning the popular vote by 1, that would be positive for Trump based on how Democrats have performed worse in terms of the general versus the polling. So the opinion doesn't even make sense. And then you're going to come at me with that crap. It's whatever, man. Right, but then he comes at me with, you just copy people, which is just completely false. It's just completely false. Thoughts on Mississippi State run? Very unlikely. I think Mississippi State loses in the first round. Did Howard make it? Or is that just a pre thing? It's a quarterfinal game, brother. Howard ain't making it. They're 16 and 16. Can you do a vid ranking spring training stadiums? That's a tough one, man. I mean, I feel like if I want, well, I guess there's still a bit of time left of spring training. Yeah, maybe I will. I really want to get this other video done first, though. Duke should not be a 3 seed. Well, if they lose this game, they're not going to be a 3 seed, I'll tell you that. They'll very likely be a 4. Ooh. How do you think Georgia could make... Do I think Georgia could make March Madness? Georgia is not making March Madness, brother. Georgia should... They're going to focus on football. What accounts on here do you recognize the most? My mods, the LOL dude, a few other people. I think Duke will end up before. It depends. Yeah, Iron as well, yeah. Moorhead versus Longwood for the championship. Maybe in a troll bracket. Duke has got to try and come back. It's tough. Thoughts on South Florida? Around it's possible. It is possible. It looks like Ohio State is going to wrap this one up. I think it's either going to be South Florida, maybe Florida. South Florida, Florida, Indiana State, a team like that. Sanford didn't walk through SoCon. Yeah, East Tennessee State almost won that game. You're right. It depends who Sanford faces. Do you think any surprise teams can get into the tournament by winning their conference? Well, certainly, like, there's a lot of mid-majors that could upset the favorite. Yeah. Wow, UNLV came all the way back. Holy crap. Am I real? I don't think AI is that good yet. Thoughts on Sam Howell? Backup level. St. John's did really good today, right? Yeah, St. John's, I think, is in. Unless they completely choke. Yeah, since he can make the tournament, they can absolutely make it. Their record is really going to hold them back, but you could say tough conference. Fields just got traded to the Dolphins. Wow. Dude, what a random fit. Justin Fields on the Dolphins behind Tua. Oh, that's such a the most random place he could go. But dude, this thing doesn't even show anything. It's useless. Elon, what's going on with your site, brother? You're not even gonna. Is Mike Gesicki involved in the trade? He's got a bunch of Guardians bullshit. Where's the trade? Yeah, that draft class was terrible. Oh, here's an update. Does it zoom in, though? We can't zoom in on it. 1 seed Houston, Purdue, North Carolina, and UConn. Yeah, I mean, the 4th 1 seed is the thing, but right now North Carolina with their blowout win, they're looking decent, but I think Tennessee actually is the 4th 1 seed right now. But Tennessee has a much tougher tournament run in the SEC. So nervous Purdue is going to get Florida Atlantic. Yeah, so Purdue, if I were a Purdue fan and I look at a bracket like this, the matchup that I would want to face, the teams that I want to face, I really wouldn't want to face Texas. It would be, well, Northwestern Colorado State in an 8v9 game is pretty good. Dayton TCU is good. Yeah. Really hope Indiana State is in A10 has a bid thief. I think Indiana State's going to be in, yes. Can you tell me why you like USN South Florida again? I couldn't hear. Well, the element to South Florida is the massive run they've been on recently. Normally when teams are able to build momentum like that where they win 15 or 16 straight games. Now, yes, they did lose one game at the end of the season, but typically it's a team... Typically, a team that goes on a run like that and they're involved in a 12v5 game, you feel pretty confident about. Northern Iowa will win women's water polo. Congratulations. Raiders have given up. Who are the Raiders starting at quarterback, man? Gardner Minshew? I will say when it comes to this, I will be live during the selection show, and then I gotta do my bracket offline, and then I'll upload a video on it. I just don't want to see Villanova in there. Villanova should not make it. You believe in Daniel Jones? Come on, man. There's no way. That's where Justin Fields should. Well, who else? The Giants are going to draft a quarterback. Well, maybe not. I guess it depends. You think Boston College could beat Virginia? I think a lot of teams could beat Virginia. I'm not high on Virginia. Yeah, yeah. Tua's gone, man. Tua will be their starting quarterback, but he's injury prone. DePaul University, I wish they would have made the turn. I wish they would have won that game. Jokic or Wembanyama. I mean, Jokic is better. Who is the biggest fraud in college basketball? The biggest fraud would be Iowa State. What seed do you think San Diego State will be? 5 or a 6? Depends if they win this game. Yeah, they might actually drop down if they lose this game to UNLV. UNLV might make the tournament. Do we think, I mean, 20-11, good record in the Mountain West. Better record than San Diego State in the Mountain West. I'm guessing they had a bad non-conference. The reason I would call Tua injury prone, he's like one concussion away from retirement, let's be honest. Not Iowa. I don't have any beef with Iowa. Nevada going to be the team out of the Mountain West to do something. I like that opinion. There's going to be one team out of the Mountain West, and it might be Nevada. They've been playing really well in the second half of the year. Will Moorhead qualify? I have no clue. For the women's bracket, I have no clue. Who will be the next LeBron? Well, it's hard to say. There's going to be... The thing with LeBron, the longevity is so crazy, starting at, like, age 18. And, I mean, it's just, like... I mean, who's going to be the next crazy great player? You know, it's... I don't think it can be Wembanyama. He's just too tall. You know, he's not going to have the ball in his hands enough. That's a little harsh for Tua. Dude, he's got a concern with the concussions. Most stressful game. Please don't laugh for me, but FIFA. I mean, everyone watches that World Cup for sure. Did you hear about UMass to the MAC? Yes, I did hear about that. I think the MAC needs to focus on adding good teams, but I mean, they'll take anyone they can get. Moorhead actually going to upset somebody tougher. I just banged my knee. Moorhead actually going to upset somebody tougher mid-major play. Dude, I don't know about women's basketball, but Moorhead is in the men's tournament. And Ohio State is going to win this game against Iowa. They were leading the entire game. This is good for their analytics. And, yeah, they need to beat Illinois still. Georgia-Ohio State most stressed game. Yeah, that Georgia-Ohio State game was a complete shit show. That was a joke of a game. Smoothies or milkshakes? I mean, obviously milkshakes taste better. Who would win a Illinois-Creighton game? Illinois. Did Creighton lose today? Or are they still playing? Yeah, they're probably going to lose. Duke is. I think Duke will probably end up winning that game. By the way, just my opinion on that. What's up, Baxter? You're gonna stay up till like 2 a.m. The games don't go on that long, brother. Not even close. College basketball is the games last 2 hours. I think the final game will probably be over by maybe 12:20 a.m. Do you think Oakland will beat Oklahoma State in the first round? I mean, what are you talking about, man? Oklahoma State's not in the tournament. Are you talking about women's? Women's? Dude, I can't. I'm like dyslexic when it comes to that word. I just can't say it properly. It's weird. I think something happened to where my brain must have been hit or something. I don't know. Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, Xavier. Dude, the Giants are not doing anything, man. Come on. What is your favorite non-remembered college basketball championship game? Well, I feel like all the good ones are going to be remembered. I mean, the Butler-Duke game, I guess, but first round, some start at 11. Yeah, but that would have to be delayed for a while. I know what you mean. I do know what you mean. Boise State to the Natty, that would be a shocker. You can't see women's. And I don't watch. I don't watch the WNBA. I don't watch any of that. Does Purdue have a chance to make the Final Four? Well, certainly they have a chance. They're a 1 seed. I think they're the most likely 1 seed to lose. All right, so this game looks like it's over. UNLV possibly going to win. Did I hear that we dropped a nuke on Hiroshima? Well, breaking news. Have I ever been to a March Madness game? No, I haven't. You know, March Madness games are kind of, at least the early round games are anticlimactic. There's a lot of empty seats. If Illinois wins the Big Ten tournament, do they have... Oh, I think they would be a 3 seed at least, yeah. I am your number one fan. And I don't know what that says. It's this damn little thing. What is this thing in the way? You've got a statue of me. That's amazing. Hopefully, hopefully it's a nice 5 or 6 foot statue. Come on, man. An update on my dating life, really? Oh, man. Indiana not going to be empty this year. Well, they will be in the early rounds. It's always empty. Dude, you got to do an election mega stream or something. Yeah, maybe I'll have a bunch more subscribers. I'll have my biggest stream ever. San Diego State goes back up by 1. Yeah, dude, I gotta register for mail-in voting, man. God damn. You made a shrine of me. Yeah, I want to see it. You're gonna have to put it in the Discord. Put it in the Discord. I'll see it. Dude, the election night stream. You know what's gonna happen? They're not gonna be able to. No, they're gonna be able to call someone by 1 a.m. They're gonna be able to call it by like 1 a.m. Remember in 2016 they called it by like 1. How can Florida get in the rankings? You mean the seed lines? They could be, honestly, if they win the SEC, possibly a 5 seed, but I don't think they're gonna win the SEC tournament. They're too inconsistent. If I could change one thing from the past, there's no way I could answer that right now. It's an impossible question to answer. You have to take into account hundreds of different variables, If you could go back and change one thing. I don't know if you, well, I mean, like in my life or in human history, I guess. You have Iowa State losing. Yeah, I thought Iowa State was gonna lose as well. They are winning though. They're winning by 4. You didn't send shit, dude. Stop. See how long. This is why I need a new computer. Oh my god. I think our bot just got. This isn't even. This isn't even. This is a joke. This is fake. This is fake. And you got the younger. You got the younger version, really? Yeah, we got. This is a mess. Oh man. What is your take on which team will be the worst NFL team next year? The worst NFL team. I mean, I guess Carolina, but normally that's not the way it works. When everyone thinks it's one team, it ends up being. Who is on the outside that you think should get in? Well, it depends. We don't really know who's on the outside. Some people say some teams are in and other teams are out. Mike Pence just announced as the new head coach of Notre Dame. He's a leader. He's a solid leader. That's a great get for Notre Dame football. Well, how well did your March Madness bracket do last season? It actually did pretty well, but it was just based off of teams getting to the Final Four. My accuracy was terrible. Yeah, I don't think Cousins should have. I think that's a bad contract. Cousins is very old, man. And he's coming off an injury. Oh, did UNLV lose? Damn it. Yeah, congratulations are in order. Top three Pop Tart flavors. I haven't had Pop Tarts in a while. You know, I do like the strawberry, the Oreo, the brown. No, I mean, what is it like? The confetti? The confetti cake one? Hell of a cover by UNLV. What were they? Plus 3.5? Sorry about what I put earlier. I misclicked. What did you put earlier, Nate? It seems like you're a solid supporter. You see the Aaron Rodgers controversy. Yeah, dude, that's something where I really shouldn't talk about it because nothing positive can come from me saying anything on that. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers, he immediately comes out and apologizes or whatever, but I mean, nothing positive can come from that. Kamala Harris would be a solid WNBA coach. Maybe that's her next profession. Creighton down 11. Creighton is a fraud, man. They're going to be a 2 seed well, they might be a 3 seed now. They're falling down to the 3 line after this. Yeah, that's Providence possibly in the tournament after a win like that, I'll tell you that. Texas A&M needs a win badly. There's no way. How do you make it at 18-13? Imagine Dayton loses to Duquesne. Iowa's with an NIT bid. You're right. Iowa's in the NIT. Yeah, I mean, I mean, what did he say? Come? I don't think that's not very problematic. I don't think. Yeah, Ohio State won 90-78. That's a good win. Clemson or Kansas, which one will lose? I think Clemson will lose in the first round in a 5v12 game, probably a 6v11 game now. Turquoise. The CBI for Loyola of Chicago. St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, that's on Sunday. That's on Selection Sunday. Wow. Yeah, Ohio looks like they're gonna win their tournament. Yeah, I mean, I think something like that is not I think something like that is not a big issue, honestly, man. As long as they're not being ridiculous, it's Ethereum. I do like Ethereum. Well, I don't have any Ethereum, but the network I like. Even with the fee, I mean, you would think the fees would be lower though. That's the one thing with crypto. It's like, isn't the whole point of it to be able to buy stuff for nothing? So it kind of is annoying. But you think Arkansas could beat Iowa State? That's a weird matchup. SEC, Big 12. Do you like it when it rains? I don't really like the clouds very much, honestly. But some thunderstorms are all right. Championship got busted early. Purdue versus Gonzaga. Yeah, Gonzaga struggled. Loyola's not in the tournament, man. They're not making the tournament. People are trolling with Loyola. Have you been getting any Soviet era snow? No, we've gotten very little snow. We had some bad snow, like maybe in January. Does magnesium have any side effects, dude? I'm the wrong person to ask for that. Let's just say I'm not liking magnesium. I don't take magnesium. But the thing that magnesium will cause, it'll cause nausea. It'll cause you to be. It'll cause your stomach to be upset. And you have digestive problems, I think. Like, I thought I was going to throw up one night after taking it. Favorite wing flavor? Honey mustard. Final four will be Ohio State, Ohio, Dayton, and Cincinnati. Seems realistic. Globe Life Field, top 13. I don't think so. Taking any 15 over 2s? Maybe one. Maybe one. I think, for the entertainment value. For the entertainment value, we'll do that. Am I still getting brain fog? It's dissipating. It is. I got to be outside and stuff to get rid of it completely, I think. I gotta eat a lot of protein. I've been lifting more recently. You have the opposite opinion of me on Iowa State. Well, then I expect you to have them winning the title. 3 overrated fast food restaurants. Well, I mean, there's, how many really popular fast food restaurants are? I mean, Burger King I'm not a fan of. White Castle, ugh. A third one that's overrated. I like Wendy's. I mean, you can't go against McDonald's. You can't go against Chick-fil-A. Arby's is not overrated. Dayton is going to lose in the first round. I think probably they will. I never doxed myself, man. Arby's is a war. Yeah, a lot of people. I like Arby's personally. Wait, what did he want me to say? The N-word? BK is overrated. Burger King, yeah. Either one, BK or Burger King or Brian Kelly, both. You love what NC State is doing right now. Yeah, NC State's looks good. I mean, their record's just not there, but they look good right now. Iowa State, you got to give them credit. You give Iowa State credit. They ended up winning, or they're gonna win. That's a good one. Smash or pass, Caitlin Clark. I gotta pass on that one, brother. You kind of just want to eat whatever because you're not living much. Yeah, but if you look like a slob, it's gonna be a problem. You absolutely. In what way? There was one video that had dude. This is hilarious. You say I doxed myself. There was one video that somebody showed me that had like probably 70 views, maybe 200 views. That yes, I did dox myself. That I privated like a year ago. So I don't understand how I doxed myself. Creighton is down 6. They're coming back then, honestly. Dude, this Dayton team is struggling, man. They got 4 points 8 minutes into the game. Smash or pass, Michelle Obama. I'm gonna have to pass. There's a surprise in store for that. Haley Van Lil or whatever. Yeah, I've seen her on Instagram. I was impressed. Yes, yes. Angel Reese, it's gonna be a no from me. I remember your vlogs. Yes, there still are a few left. Brittany Griner. Maybe if she brings me some CBD. I need some oils. Do you think we will actually get Titanic 2? What a news story on Titanic 2. It seems unlikely, sadly, but I'd like to see the construction start and then maybe it goes abandoned during construction. VCU is going to win the A10. You're trolling. You think NC State is going to win? It's looking likely, man. Oh, Daniel. Daniel, stop. You're trying to expose me, man. You stop. Stop. Uh, but you watched a hotel vlog. Oh yeah, that I remember that. Yeah, that there's a story behind that, man. There's a story that'll come out someday, maybe. Kim K. Yeah, she's a really fake, man. She got too much she got too much lift off of her ass. It's weird, man. You can't scale it properly. You can't hone her ass in. It's just like it's like a balloon. What Alex, what does that even mean? Hey. You know what, dude? Yeah, this is great. You really think that oh, it's a gaming coin. Look at me. I'm on NoFap. Yeah, I think McNeese will be AOC. Yeah, AOC is she's got some talent. Cincy, I imagine you're saying Cincy winning it all, maybe making the tournament. Yeah, you're trying to get me into animated now. Come on, stop. Nope, no incognito. You think, but like the thing is, this is the funny thing. Why would I'm not gonna say? Why would I have that on here though? How am I going? 100K live stream? Yeah, I'll have to do a 100K live stream. Livy Dunn. I mean that's a stupid question. Come on. Bernie Sanders, Mike McDaniel boxing match. I love where your head's at. That's a great matchup. Did you see Bernie at the State of the Union with the mask on? This is my opinion with Bernie having the mask on at the State of the Union. I think he just likes the mask at this point. Like, I think it's a fashion statement for him. Favorite movie? Dude, it's hard. I'm just gonna get called a basic white bitch if you say Interstellar. You really can't say that anymore, can you? No, I'm not gonna flex. That's cringy, man. You want a face reveal of who? Yeah, but how did I dox my address? I don't understand that. Well, you're gonna have to explain that to me. Smasher past Bernie. I mean, if he brings me like a life supply of COVID masks, I would consider. Yeah, Interstellar is a great movie. It was kind of hijacked by white girls who say it's their favorite movie, and now it's like, come on. You know what I'm saying? Barbie. I never got around to seeing Barbie. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, man. You got to be careful for it. But I don't think I don't think my address or anything. I think when I move, it's gonna have to. Well, I don't know, man. It just depends. Wolf of Wall Street is great, but dude, think about all those movies. They were The Martian, Prisoners, Gone Girl. They were all made in the time span of 3 years, from 2012 to 2015, and now there's nothing. It's crazy. Waves, life changing movie, really. I do need a good movie, man. Do you watch the Black and Orange? No, I don't. Yeah, I think Dayton is a fraud at this point, man. You still liking Duke? I might have to readjust that. What are some higher seeds that you think could get upset? Was thinking Iowa State and Alabama. Yeah, I think Iowa State. I could see Alabama as well because of their defense. Can we talk about basketball? Yeah, I mean, we are talking about basketball, man. I mean, I filled out the entire bracket. Here's the bracket, a little bit of it. Interstellar or Inception. Yeah, to me, I mean, I like Inception. It's a good movie. I think Interstellar is way better personally, but I'm obsessed with space more so, space exploration. Yeah, my favorite movie is Us. I saw that in theaters. My God, Inside Out 2. Dude, Inside Out was actually a good movie. I hate to, it was. It was a good movie. I can't even lie. Yeah, I heard I think I saw a trailer for the second one. Well, originally I saw a fan trailer that wasn't the real thing. And it was like the teenage years obviously because it makes sense. I mean, it's good for a movie. That's one where they should make another one, but if it's probably, if it's like she probably joins like Antifa or something. Willy Wonka. Who is the dude in Willy Wonka now? The young kid that has the makeup, the goth makeup. If Ohio State beats Illinois, are they in? Yeah, they're in. Ohio State would be in. Space exploration is the future. Yeah, it's the future, but it doesn't really matter. We're too early. Sadly. Creighton is a fraud. I would agree. Who do you got in the A10 I mean, Dayton is still going to be in, you would think. Wait, Dayton's like a 7 seed, I think. So they're not going to be out. Oh, Dayton's an 8 seed? Yeah, I think Dayton will still be in, though. Yeah, yeah, a lot of my fans realize that these things just devolve into just some random stuff. She joins Antifa. That's the woke version of it. She freaking like chucks a fire hydrant at a cop during a BLM rally. Creighton leads. Oh, Creighton came back. Outer Wilds is the greatest exploration game of all time. Is it open world? Would you rather completely defund the police or space exploration? Oh my god. listen, you can't defund the police. It's not. You have to. I mean, space exploration already is moving at a snail's pace as it is. I like space exploration. We just don't have the technology for it right now. She joins Hamas. She's a. Well, I mean, she would be a freedom fighter. She'd be a freedom fighter. How insensitive of you. The movie Up is great, but it's a little inappropriate. I saw Up in theaters. I saw Up in theaters. They have their own worlds. You know, Dustin, what about that one game, No Man's Land or whatever, No Man's Sky? Is that, but isn't that like where there's like millions and stuff? I was gonna get that game to use as like background for when I talk on videos and stuff, just because I love the space backgrounds and stuff, but it really wouldn't fit with anything sports, so it's kind of like, I guess the best background like for a game to do is like just buy Madden and have gameplay in the background, or buy NCAA 25. Up is your grandpa's favorite movie. Yeah, I can understand that. It's definitely a feel good movie. Oh, The Dark Knight is amazing. Yeah, The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, saw them both in theaters, believe it or not. Even in 2008, when I was only either 8 or 9 years old at the time, I still saw The Dark Knight in theaters with the opening scene, the bank robbery with the Joker. I mean, they just don't make movies like they used to, and that's not nostalgia. It's unfortunately the truth. All right, guys, it's been about 2 hours. I think I'm gonna go on out here. It's 9 o'clock. I'm gonna head off. But definitely I'll be on. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Saturday, definitely Sunday, probably Monday. Monday is where you guys can show me your brackets. I'll grade your bracket live on here. I'll have the full thing to set up, and you can join my. We did the thing from our. What was the thing? The bowl season, the bowl mania. There was like, I think 55 people in it or something. So this will probably get more just because more people fill out brackets. But yeah, Diebler fever. Wow, dude. I wonder if it probably hasn't updated yet. But let me see if we can get an update on. See if we can. Oh my God. See if we can update on some of these rankings, specifically Ohio State. And it didn't update. All right. From Illinois, you don't know if we make the. Yeah, I think Illinois could be a fun team. All right, guys, I'll see you.